Hello everyone, this is Game Lore Addict, and today we're going to be looking into the lore of the town of Silent Hill. Silent Hill, a game series many know but less truly understand. Silent Hill is a town literally shrouded in a fog of mystery, darkness, and evil, with a truly disturbed past involving a cult, torture, and the things of nightmares. Today we're going to be taking a look into what makes Silent Hill so interesting. Founded in the 19th century, the area dates back even further, over 4 centuries. The local tribes of Native Americans called the Toluca Lake area the place of silenced spirits, as they believed the spirits inhabited the trees, rocks, and water around them. In the late 1600s, British settlers would arrive and drive out the native tribes. In 1692, around the time of the Salem witch trials, a woman by the name of Jennifer Carroll was burned alive for being a witch. She would then become a saint of the order. At the start of the 17th century, an epidemic would sweep through the area of Toluca Lake, killing a large portion of the people there, ultimately forcing the settlement to become abandoned. It wasn't until a century later that a penal colony would be established in what would eventually become the town of Silent Hill. It was at this time that the penal colony was established that the name Silent Hill was used for the first time under the occupation of the non-natives. It is unknown if the name was based on the original designation for the area. It was also at this time that both a prison, the Silent Hill Prison, and a hospital, Brookhaven Hospital, were established. Due to this second epidemic that was threatening the town, they were put to great use. The original power that the town held was gradually distorted. Eventually, though, Silent Hill Prison would be closed in 1840. In 1853, 4 of the founding families of Silent Hill would leave the town and found the neighboring settlement of Shepherd's Glen. In 1862, Toluca Prison would be constructed due to the American Civil War breaking out a year prior. This would be used as a camp for POWs, and later on would become a formal correctional facility with the conclusion of the war. In 1890, tragedy would strike the town of Silent Hill as people would begin to mysteriously disappear. It was also around this time that the cult known as the Order would become more prominent in the Silent Hill area. In the early 1900s, Toluca Prison would be closed down for unknown reasons, although it was speculated that due to the prison being built by the lake, that the water damage and flooding were the causes. Shortly after, the Silent Hill Historical Society would be built on top of Toluca Prison. Also, the local Wiltsey coal mine would be mined dry as well. With the prison no longer functioning and no longer having any income from the coal mines, a new source of revenue was needed, and thus Silent Hill would be rebranded as a tourist destination. In 1918, tragedy would occur in this tourist destination of Silent Hill. On Toluca Lake, a ship known as the Little Baroness would go missing, and no traces would remain. To this day, the fate of the Little Baroness is unknown. 20 years earlier than the first Silent Hill game, staff members of the company responsible for promoting Silent Hill as a family-friendly tourist destination were found dead. Although ruled as an accident, it is currently unknown how close together the deaths were, although it is likely days given the sensationalism that surrounded them. It is also speculated that the religious cult, the Order, may have been involved, although nothing had been proven. 6 years later, a devout cult member by the name of Dahlia Gillespie would give birth to her daughter, Alessa. When Alessa was only 7 years old, her mother would try to burn her alive as a sacrifice to the god in order to impregnate Alessa with said god and bring about what they believed would be paradise. Even though a passing trucker by the name of Travis Grady would interfere with this ritual, it would ultimately become successful, and Alessa would be impregnated with their god. As is well known in the games as well as the movies, it is due to the horrifying injuries and the pain that Alessa suffered that the nightmares that inhabit Silent Hill are able to come forth. Ultimately, Alessa would split her soul in two, and the good half of her would be found by a man named Harry Mason. But that will be a story for another time, as this is the end of our video. I thank you guys all for watching. I hope you found all of this history and lore of Silent Hill to be very interesting. Make sure that you continue to watch my series as I delve more into Silent Hill as well as other game lore. Make sure you guys comment below what you want to see later on. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a video. This has been Game Lore Addict, and I'll see you guys next time.